dear sisters and brothers. I have the pleasure of addressing this message to you on the 6th Congress of the Indigenous People of the Archipelago. I regret that I am not able to attend in person due to previous commitments. I would like to congratulate Amman on acknowledging the important role of this organization in creating a space for indigenous peoples to recover and assert their rights and fundamental freedom to welfare and dignity. I would like to thank the organizer for this opportunity to address you and express my support and solidarity for the important work you will be doing these 4 days. Restoring the sovereignty of indigenous peoples to maintain the diverse and resistant Indonesian national identity in the face of crisis is a paramount theme for the Asian region. Article 3 of the UN Declaration on the Right of Indigenous Peoples recognizes that indigenous peoples' right to self-determination, which means that we freely determine our political status and freely pursue our economical, social, and cultural development. The right to self-determination is the foundation to exercise all the other collective rights of indigenous peoples. Following a regional consultation with indigenous people in Asia in Bangkok in 2019, we see still today a number of Asian countries that provide some levels of legal recognition to indigenous peoples, but we can see also significant gaps that exist between legislation and practice. I have continued to observe that legislative inconsistencies leave indigenous people marginalized or simply excluded from society. Indigenous people in Asia and elsewhere in the world unfortunately continue to be stigmatized in the public sphere, including the media. They suffer from systemic racism and racial discrimination between state structures that go against their ways of life and understanding of the world. Those who stand up for the right of or express dissent in disagreement in the public sphere are too frequently attacked or criminally prosecuted for doing so. Indigenous peoples are excluded from accessing essential information regarding projects that will affect their territories. I believe we must continue to convince states that strengthening legal recognition, autonomy, and self-governance among indigenous people should be viewed as part of nation building rather than as opposing a risk of fragmentation. States must come to understand that recognition will result in societies based on inclusiveness and increase the legitimacy of the state. Effective implementation of the right to autonomy and self-governance of indigenous people inherently implies significant change in the government of state authorities in order to put indigenous institutions and territorial authorities on an equal footing with the state structures and open channels of communication among the states. Plural institutions to learn from each other and harmonize their respective and shared processes. I look forward to learning the conclusion and recommendation formulated by the Congress for strengthening self-determination, economic independence, and cultural dignity. I wish everyone a very fruitful and enriching experience. Thank you very much.